Hello my beautiful bumblebees and welcome back to another YouTube video. This is another episode on Best Friend. I am planning on filming one more of these for this upcoming week and then 2 videos of mine. So I hope you guys are excited. But let's get back into the video. Chapter 8. Burned means heavy on the alcohol, sweetheart. Oh, you would look so hot in this one, Wendy exclaims, holding a short black dress against Wyan's figure. She's getting ready with Wendy and Bebe's party tonight, since Kenny was dragged off with the boys to get ready. Wyan looked at it with judgmental eyes. I'm not sure about that. Trust me, Kenny will stop functioning when he sees you. Wyan's face flushes at that. Why do you make comments like that? It's funny seeing you blush, your blushing face, Wendy laughs, handing Wyan the dress. Ryan reluctantly walks into the bathroom to change into the dress. She looks in the mirror. The dress stops just above her knees. It has 2 thin straps and it's a soft fabric with a simple design making her smile. Okay, it's kind of cute. Wyan walks back into Wendy's bedroom, seeing her in a gorgeous purple knee-length dress. It's sparkling but simple. Wendy turns to Wyan and gasps, "Oh, you look amazing." "Thank you, so do you." Wendy helps Wyan apply some pink eyeliner, black eyeliner, and black mascara. "I was right. You look hot." She begins applying black eyeliner to her own eyes. Wyan giggles softly, not used to getting so many compliments at once. Once Wendy finishes her makeup, both girls make their way downstairs. Wyan slips on her shoes, following Wendy outside to her car. Wyan hops in the passenger seat and connects her phone to Bluetooth, queuing up a few of her favorite songs. We got to pick up Heidi and Nicole from their house first. Wyan nods her head. Roger that. Time skip. Wyan walks into the house with the 3 other girls. The music is blaring, 2000s pop music, and teens are everywhere. Bebe's parties aren't as big as Tolkien's, but still wild nonetheless. The 4 make their way over to the rest of the girls. "Yay, you made it!" Bebe pulls Wyan into a hug. Wyan laughs, returning the hug. She can tell Bebe is already tipsy. "Of course, we wouldn't miss it," Nicole responds. Let's go get some alcohol." She walks over with Red, Heidi, and Wendy and grabs some drinks. Wyan stays with Bebe, not planning to drink. Maybe a sip or 2 of whatever Kenny is drinking when she finds him, but she doesn't want to get drunk. Bebe squeals excitedly. "We are totally hooking you up with someone tonight." Wyan blinks confused. "What? Why?" Bebe groans. "You need to have some fun. You don't still want to be a virgin at 18, do you?" Wyan isn't sure how to respond to that. Her birthday is coming up soon, and is it really that weird she's almost 18 and still a virgin? "Don't worry, I'll be your wing woman." Wyan isn't sure if she trusts Bebe's judgment while she's tipsy or even sober to pick out a guy for her. Besides, she already has an amazing guy and doesn't ever plan on replacing him. Thanks, Bebe, but no thanks." "Why not?" Bebe pouts. Panicking, Wyan says the first thing that comes to her mind. "I already lost it." "What a fucking idiot." Bebe will definitely know it's a lie. Bebe stares at Wyan intensely. "To who?" Wyan nervously looks around the room. Bebe shakes her head. "No need to be nervous. It feels amazing. Well, after the first time at least." "Bebe, I'm not ready," Wyan whines. While Bebe grabs her wrists and drags her off to get some alcohol. She understands Bebe is trying to help her, but isn't that right way to go about it? But this isn't the right way to go about it. Wyan? Wyan glances over to see her boyfriend in all his hotness. Kenny is eyeing her up and down, a smirk on his face. She blushes seeing how good he looks right now. He's wearing dark ripped jeans, a white t-shirt, and his orange parka is tied around his waist. His blonde hair is slightly messy, making her want to run her fingers through it. Wyan breaks out of Bebe's hold to rush over to her boyfriend's arms for a quick hug. Kenny! Wyan then pulls away from the hug. Kenny notices a few guys eyeing his girl up. He lays an arm across Wyan's shoulders. Cat? Sorry, that was my cat. Subtly letting the drunk boys know she's off limits. He sends a quick glare as well for the extra measure. You look gorgeous. Kenny leans down and whispers into Wyan's ear. Wyan giggles while shuffling her feet. Wyan whispers back, and you look hot. Kenny smirks. Smirk widens hearing that and seeing her eyes do a once over his body. Stan groans when he sees Kenny's arm around Wyan's shoulder, the two whispering to each other. They look like a couple, and the idea pisses him off. You look really pretty, Wyan. Kyle smiles at the girl, looking her up and down. He can't help his wondering eyes. He has never seen her dressed up like this before. Kenny doesn't like the way Kyle's eyes swiftly roam. Sorry, y'all. Over his girl's body. It was quick enough that anyone else wouldn't notice, but Kenny is more observant than he lets on, especially when it involves Wyan. He begins to suspect Kyle might secretly have feelings for her, and he doesn't like that idea. Wyan smiles back. Thanks, Kyle. Don't flirt with the bitch, Kyle. That's Kenny's job. Cartman smirks, thinking he is hilarious. Stan and Kyle both glare at Cartman, not finding the humor in it. Kenny doesn't appreciate Cartman calling her a bitch, but he does slightly agree with him. It's only his job to flirt with Wyan. Don't call my sister a bitch. Wyan turns back to Kenny, used to Cartman calling her names by now. She notices a red Solo cup in his hand. What is that? Vodka Sprite. Burned. Wyan stares at Kenny with puppy dog eyes. Sip? Kenny always knows she won't like the drink, but holds the cup out to Wyan always, allowing her to take a sip. Wyan grabs the cup with both hands, taking a decent sip and immediately regretting her decision when it hits her tongue. She makes a face at the liquor taste, triumphing over the Sprite. Kenny chuckles at Wyan, finding her adorable. Burn means heavy on the alcohol, sweetheart. I know. Wyan sticks her tongue out. Kenny wishes he had told everyone by now that they were dating. He really wants to kiss Wyan right now. She looks so sexy in that dress, and he bet she would look even better with the dress on his bedroom floor, and Wyan laying on his mattress. The things he would do to her if he ever gets that lucky. Wyan, come on. Bebe gets sick of watching her stand hip to hip with Kenny. She'll never get a boyfriend like this. Bebe grabs Wyan's arm, tugging her away from the boys. Kenny frowns as Wyan is pulled away from him. He doesn't like the idea of her not being in his sight while wearing such a sexy outfit. She can wear whatever she wants, but he wants to be able to keep an eye on her in case some drunk idiot tries to get handsy with her. Bebe, no! Wyan whines. She just wants to spend time with her boyfriend and dance with her girlfriends later. But Bebe is determined to help her find her friend get laid. Bebe, yes. Walking into the kitchen, Bebe pours 2 shots of whiskey for them. She passes one to Wyan and holds up her own shot. Bottoms up. She holds the shot glass to her lips and tilts it back, letting the burning liquid flow down her throat. Wyan looks at it hesitantly. Not that she doesn't trust Bebe, but she isn't sure if it's the smartest decision to get drunk with Bebe's current mission in place. I don't know if I should. One shot isn't going to. Wyan, Bebe hickles, kill you. Wyan decides Bebe is right. One shot will be okay. She's drunk before, and she was fine then. What could go wrong this time? She slowly brings the shot glass to her lips, tilting it back and gulping it down quickly. She scrunches her nose at the burning taste. She is not a fan of straight liquor. Wyan, yay! Bebe claps her hands childishly, then shoves an unopened beer in Wyan's hands. Now take this. Wyan opens the can, but doesn't take a sip. She will make this can last the whole night, so Bebe doesn't try to convince her to drink more. Can I go hang out with Kenny now? You two act like such a couple. You sure there isn't something going on between you guys? Wyan is surprised at Bebe's observation. She didn't think Bebe would be the next one of her friends to figure it out. She honestly thought Nicole or Heidi would figure it out before Bebe. Bebe begins to chuckle. I'm just kidding. You guys are besties, and Kenny's a whore. He would just sleep with, and dump you. Not worth it. Wyan doesn't find the humor Bebe's words. Does Kenny really only want her for sex? No, he wouldn't do that. Bebe doesn't know what she's talking about. Wyan internally decides she trusts Kenny more than anything. More than that, he has been her best friend for over 10 years. He wouldn't do that. Bebe takes another shot of whiskey. Now, hiccup. Let's go find a cute boy to hook up with. Wyan finds it ironic, calling Kenny a whore and then trying to get her to sleep with someone random. I don't want to hook up with someone, Bebe. There you guys are. Wendy lets out a sigh of relief, seeing Bebe and Wyan next to a bottle of alcohol. You disappeared. Sorry, I just want to get Wyan tipsy so she'd loosen up a bit. Bebe wraps her arms around Wyan's waist from behind. We got to hook her up with some cute boy tonight. Wendy frowns, knowing that's a bad idea. Even if she didn't know about Wyan's secret boyfriend, she still would oppose the idea. Bebe, maybe we shouldn't do that. I know you're concerned about Wyan, but if she's not ready, we can't force her. Nicole adds. Bebe frowns, finally realizing she can't force her friend to do something she doesn't want to. I'm sorry, I just wanted to help you find a boyfriend. I want you to be happy with a boy too. Wyan smiles, knowing Bebe didn't mean any harm. You're okay. I want to wait for someone special. I just don't want you to be a virgin at 18. Hiccup. Boys want a girl with experience. I'm just looking out for you. Wyan rubs the blonde back and pulling her into a hug. Thank you, B, but this is something I have to do on my own. Bebe nods her head, hugging Wyan tighter. She's happy she didn't upset her friend too much. You're too nice. Wendy grabs Bebe's hand and begins to drag her away. Let's go get some party games set up. Oh yeah, we should play Spin the Bottle, 7 Minutes in Heaven, or... Wyan turns to Nicole, Heidi, and Red. She can't help but wonder what the other girls' thoughts are on the subject. Hey, is it really that big of a deal to still be a virgin at 18? Nicole opens her mouth but is beaten by Red. Of course it is. Bebe isn't wrong about guys wanting girls with experience. Heidi chimes in. But it's not for us to decide if you lose it or not. Wyan frowns, biting her lip. Does Kenny want a girl with previous experience? Would he care about me being a virgin? Nicole shushes Red and Heidi as she rests a hand on Ryan's shoulder. When you get a boyfriend, if he really loves you, whether you are a virgin or not, wouldn't matter. Don't worry about that right now. You don't have anyone to impress. Let's just have fun tonight. Ryan gives Nicole a small smile, thankful for her words. Thanks, Nicole. Come on, let's go dance. Heidi grabs Ryan's hand, dragging her to the crowded makeshift dance floor. Chapter 9. I can treat you so much better than Kenny could. Ryan is sipping on her third beer of the night and swaying slightly to the music. She giggles at something Red said, even though she didn't fully hear her. Despite saying she wasn't going to drink tonight, she forced herself gulping down beers faster than she meant to, leaving her tipsy. Let's play 7 Minutes in Heaven, Baby shouts while grabbing a hat off some random boy's head. This causes some heads to turn her way. Wendy made Baby a race, ease off on the alcohol, and drink a glass of water. She sobered up a bit in that time, but she was still intoxicated. Craig crosses his arms and cocks a brow. What are we, in middle school? Come on, Craig, it would be fun. Clyde sings songs, trying to get Clyde to agree. Oh my god, trying to get Craig to agree. He takes off his bracelet and puts it in the hat, only to receive a death glare from his girlfriend. No couples only, dummy. Non-couples only, dummy. Clyde whines, realizing his mistake. Sorry, babe. I didn't see what's so fun about this game. It's just an excuse for horny teenagers to have sex in a closet while their friends cheer them on. Wyan slightly agrees with Craig's statement, although she wouldn't mind being stuck in a closet with a certain blonde-haired pervert, kissing and touching inappropriately while no one knows the wiser. She chokes back her beer and finishes it off, tossing the can towards the trash bin a few feet away. She sticks her tongue out at it when it misses. Stupid. She mutters, "Ike, sounds like too much pressure." Tweak stutters out. Craig grabs his hand, effectively calming the twitchy boy down. "You two won't be playing anyways," Bebe exclaims, rolling her eyes and getting a personal belonging from each of the single boys in the room. Wyan turns to make eye contact with Kenny from across the room, who is talking with his friends. She waves him over and waves to him and gets a wave back in return. She takes a few steps in his direction when the hat is shoved in her face. "You first, Wyan. Pick an item." Wyan frowns. Her fantasy of Kenny doing unspeakable things to her pops like a bubble. Even if she wanted to go in the closet with Kenny, she'd never be that lucky to pull his name or item. She whines softly, "Baby, no. You don't have to do anything in the closet. It's just for fun," Baby promises the girl, then wiggles her eyebrow. "Unless you want to get down and dirty in 7 minutes. Wyan lets out a sigh, her face relaxing slightly. "Fine. You are horrible, you know," Wyan jokes, giggling and shoving her dirty thoughts to the back of her mind. She reluctantly sticks her hand into the hat, trying to find something that seemed familiar, not wanting to go into a closet with a stranger. "Hurry up, we don't have all night." "Okay." Wyan wraps her fingers around a beaded bracelet, hoping it belongs to someone she knows. Retracting her hand from the hat, she stares in awe at the familiar piece of jewelry. It was a friendship bracelet she made for Kenny back in elementary school. She hadn't even noticed he was wearing it. She hadn't even noticed. She mumbled to herself, "I didn't know he still wore it." Oh shit, okay. I found it. The orange and favorite color beads surrounding the white block letters spelling out "bestie" gave away the owners immediately. Baby playfully glares at YN, thinking she tried to pick Kenny's item on purpose. You totally tried pulling that so you could go just hang out with Kenny. She giggles drunkenly and draws out the word. Yeah. Just go get in the closet, Bebe demands, pointing a finger in the direction of the closet. Once YN is out of sight, her eyes shift to Kenny standing next to Stan, Carmen, and Kyle. Seeing the redhead gives her an idea that makes her smirk. She just needs a little push. YN walks over to said closet and steps inside. She rubs the worn-out bracelet beads between her fingers while swaying lightly to the music. Finding it calming, she finds it heartwarming that Kenny still wears the bracelet occasionally to this day. She slips the bracelet under her wrist for safekeeping. She can't wait to smother her boyfriend in kisses. The door creaks open and another person steps inside. The door quickly swung shut and Bebe yells out, 7 minutes, starting now. Lion whips her head in the direction of where her boyfriend should be, but instead someone else stands in front of her, her lips twitching into a frown. Why are you here? Kyle frowns at the sad tone in her words. Bebe said you picked my necklace? No, I got Kenny. Wyan shakes her head, realizing what happened. God damn it, she set me up. Bebe, what do you mean? Ugh. Wyan lets out a groan in frustration. Kyle is her brother's best friend, so she trusts him enough to complain about her situation, though it could be also the alcohol making her more careless. Baby thinks I need to lose my virginity to be happy or some shit, which I don't. I'm sorry you got dragged into this. You're my brother's best friend. Wyan blushes at the situation he's in, and his mind is plagued with dirty thoughts at the indirect mention of sex. Sex was with his best friend's sister. Sex with YN. Kyle quickly blurts out, more as a reminder to himself, right, you're Stan's sister. I wouldn't risk our friendship over you. He turns into a dark shade of red, realizing how rude that must have sounded. I mean, you're a great person and really pretty, but I don't want to lose to Stan. I don't want to lose Stan as a friend. Wyan giggles, cutting off Kyle's defending himself. Don't worry, I get it. I'm not interested in you either. Kyle feels his heart crack a little at Wyan's words. It shouldn't hurt him to hear her say that, but it did. His crush on her is going to be the death of him. Before Kyle can respond, her phone beeps in her pocket, catching both teens off guard. She pulls it out and sees a Kenny messaged her. A bright smile lights up her face. Where'd you go? You disappeared. I pulled your bracelet from 7 Minutes in Heaven, but Debbie put Kyle's in the closet with me. I think she's trying to set me up with him. Excuse me? I don't like Kyle like that, promise, or I love you. Orange heart emoji. I love you too. Orange heart emoji. I trust you, but I don't like the idea of you being alone with him, with another guy in a closet. You sound drunk, which worries me. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be happy if you were alone with a girl. Sad face. You're the only girl I want, sweetheart. Smirking face emoji. And you're the only guy I want. Her face. Blushing emoji. Good. Don't be afraid to punch him in the gut if he touches you. Got it? Red. 11:47 p.m. Typing. Kyle frowns at YN, giggling and typing away on her phone. Who's that? Kenny. YN begins typing out a response when she drops her phone, and a startling noise leaves her lips. As soon as the name slipped off her tongue with a lovesick look on her face, Kyle slams his hand against the wall next to her head. He knows something is going on between the two, and the idea upsets him immediately. Kyle? Wyan speaks so softly she almost didn't hear herself. Her mouth goes dry at how close Kyle is standing next to her. His body is only an inch away from her, pressing against her own. She lifts a closed fist to press against her chest, feeling her heart beating rapidly. Her ribcage. She'd never seen this side of Kyle before. Kyle stares into Ryan's eyes. Innocent eyes. Her plump, kissable lips are slightly parted, as if she is trying to find words to say something. What do you see in him? What? Ryan brushing off your concern, Wyan drops her gaze to the floor. A just fallen look on her face. I just thought, since it was Kyle, he wouldn't attempt anything. I guess I was wrong. Kenny couldn't be mad at her, even if he tried. He's mad at Kyle for trying to touch her. He adores how she can see the good in everyone, especially her friends. It's not your fault that you're irresistible. Kenny kisses her on the forehead. Now, how about we sneak out of here and go back to my house? We can watch a movie and cuddle, and maybe... He leans down and whispers in her ear, "You can show me your boobs as an apology." He pulls back and smirks and winking at the girl. Wyan knows he's just messing with her, but the idea of letting Kenny see her naked makes her stomach do flips, and she gets wet. Usually his teasing wouldn't make her fluster, but her eyes clouded with lust and runs a finger across his down the top of his chin, her fingers runs a finger from his chest down to the top of his jeans. Okay. She purrs. Kenny's face turns pink as Wyan teases him back. He has never been so affected by a girl's teasing him before, but then again, none of those girls were Wyan. His cock strained against his jeans, begging to be touched. "Let's go," he breathes out, grabbing her waist and tugging her out of the closet and house undetected. Wyan giggles softly at how flustered and demanding Kenny is being. She kind of likes how he's taking control, or maybe it's just the alcohol talking. When she's buckled up in Kenny's car, she pulls out her phone to send a text to Wendy. Red heart emoji. "Hey, Ken kidnapped me. I'm probably gonna spend the night at his place. Sounds good. I'll cover for ya. Don't get too naughty." Middle finger emoji, middle finger emoji, middle finger emoji. Red 12:11 a.m. Kenny unbuckles his seat before the car fully stops in his driveway. If Wyan is going to let him see her boobs, he's not missing this chance. He loves and respects her, but he's still a horny teenage boy who had a few drinks. He had been dreaming about this moment since middle school. Wyan quickly follows suit, feeling a wave of excitement rolling off of Kenny. She feels giddy that she can get him this excited. Kenny shuts and locks the door once of them are both safe in the safety of his bedroom. Turned to Wyan, he leans down and grabs her by the thigh and hoists her up. A squeak of surprise leaves Wyan's lips, not expecting that. Her legs wrap around his hips, one hand sliding up her thigh and under her dress to cover her ass to hold her up. He gives it a small squeeze. His other hand is pressed against her cheek. He pressed her back against the wall, impressing himself against her, capturing her lips in a heated kiss. She moans softly, feeling Kenny's erection hard against her wet pussy. That's crazy. He takes the moment to shove his tongue into her mouth, exploring every inch of it. Wyan moans into the mouth, tangling her finger in Kenny's soft golden hair. She tugs on it lightly as she feels his hand wander down towards her boobs. She's feeling she runs his face.